Hello, trading is closed on November 3rd, 2021. The disclaimer always comes first. This is my trading plan for tomorrow, November 4th. Please remember I can be completely wrong. All trade should be at your own risk. Look for the pattern with the early high, which is this, and tomorrow has the early low. At a target 46, 33, 42, and that printed. Support under the target. We thought the odds favored either gapping up over this high or a straight line drop. Neither one of those things happened. So you're not going to be right every time. I also said that although my systems are pretty good at calling what happens the next day, they just aren't as accurate on FOMC days. It'd be nice if we could have predicted a huge rally like this, and I still think we're going to rally into the end of the year and wind up higher than we are now. But the rules I have just don't work as well on FOMC days, and just have to keep that in mind. Now, we do have a call for tomorrow. System calls for a much lower price, 46.25.56. If we gap up, the price is still there, but not the time. Doesn't have to print tomorrow. If we don't gap up, that has to be the call. I have to grit my teeth when I make it because this has the aspects of a runaway train, and I'd sure like to jump on it, but my indicators won't let me. During the day, MEJT said this rally would retrace, said this drop would retrace. Now calls on this rally to retrace. Again, if we gap up, it doesn't have to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's pattern has really low. We could gap up. Typically, tomorrow's a rally day with a final hour high. If it's weak instead, it usually comes early and leads to more weakness. There's a much lower MEJT target, unless we get up smartly, is favored to print. I have to grit my teeth when I say that, because if it weren't for my indicators, I wouldn't say that. And I don't intend to take any shorts, but that's what it says. I don't like standing in front of express trains like the one we had today, but the first move after the announcement was lower. Usually that telegraphs the next big market move. We typically get a 3-leg whipsaw after the announcement. Last leg is typically bigger than the second. The first leg was very short, the second was very big. If the rule works and we drop immediately, we should hit 45.89 or lower. Now, I've seen the rule fail, but more often than not, it works. NASDAQ McClellan oscillators over its upper Bollinger Band. Hasn't reversed through it yet, but if it does, it gives a fairly reliable sell signal. MEJT says the rally should retrace. 60-minute chart is putting bars completely over the upper Bollinger Band. That's usually way overextended, not usually a time to initiate new long positions. Not looking to take short positions in this environment. I think higher prices should print to the end of the year. But that being said, if, and that's an if, tomorrow starts out weak, there could well be follow-through. This is way overextended. I have a bunch of indicators calling for lower prices, but I don't plan to bet any money on it myself. If we do gap up, I'm sure not going to stand in the way. If we drop, I'm going to look for a new long, but at significantly lower prices. As of now, that could change. Tomorrow has the early low, but it tends to be a rally day if the early low isn't, unless the early low is quite weak. And that's today's call.